Hi everyone, my name is Terry Gifford and I have started a little YouTube channel called The Ginger Crafter, and for my first video that I am submitting on it, I am showing a 2/3 done project for a submission for Tracie Fox's design team call out. I had hoped to get it 100% done. However, since learning of her design team call, unfortunately, it came at like one of the worst times, had a couple weeks of dog sitting, extra hours at work. It was just, just a bunch of things of life. So I've got as much done as I could. I'm not expecting to get on the design team, but I would love to. So I wanted to do the video anyways, just to show what I've done so far. And maybe, my mom always said, if you don't ask, you don't know. So here we go. For the design call, I chose one of Tracie's digital kits, the Vivid Nature digital kit, and I used the bits and pieces from all of it. Some of the journal pages, I've used some of the embellishments, some of the pockets, and some of the tag pages. Here's some of my pages that are cut up. It's really a beautiful kit. It's I love all of Tracie's kits, but this one just really, I love the stylized nature of the flowers and the coloring of them. There's some more tags. There's one of the journal pages. Just really, really beautiful artwork, I think. So with that in mind, let me show you what I've got so far. So keep in mind that it's not a complete project. Unfortunately, there was just, I tried and tried, and I kept up hope until this weekend when I had to run my pups back up north yesterday unexpectedly. Things just kept happening. So it's not excuses, it's just reasons why it didn't get my reasons why it didn't get done. Anyways, well, here we go. Something I should also say is this is my first video on YouTube, as well as my first design team call, as well as my first junk journal. So it's kind of a lot of firsts. So please be kind in any comments that you might have. I'd love some constructive criticism. And hey ho, maybe I have a small chance in getting in there anyways. If not, just enjoy and let's see what we've got. So I chose a chipboard cover, which as you can see, I haven't been able to do anything with yet. And right now it's probably going to be more than one signature, but right now it's only one. I spent a good few days tea dyeing papers and distressing them to the way I liked. I also spent some time practicing printing, which was a lot of fun. Some of the different types of papers I've used. I have this really great ledger. I got actually I got it in Alaska when I was visiting my sister. I tea dyed some of those pages. I also got some of these pages when I was with my sister in Alaska. There was a couple certificate pages. So I tea dyed some of those. There's a couple I just like the artwork around the edges. And as you can see, I sent through the printer some of the journal pages on my tea dyed just copier paper and super smooth paper. So yeah, I enjoyed tea dyeing. It was my first experience. I actually took from Izzy B how she does it. She just sprays it and places the papers in between baking parchment papers. Greaseproof papers. So, all right. So with that being said, let's have a little flip through and I'll tell you some of the things I've done, some of the things I'm going to do, and we'll see what you think. So I think the order's okay so far. I started with some, this is just some packaging that I've backed with some ledger paper, different kind of ledger paper. So I've basically made it all one because the packing paper was quite thin, but I liked it. I had some really great washi tape that I distressed and just stuck on the side. Maybe in center. There we go. We're a center. One of the things I wanted to try to do with the name of the kit, it's called Vivid Nature. I wanted to, although I have distressed a lot of the pages and tea-dyed everything and, you know, the edges, I wanted to, some of the flowers and some of the elements in it, I wanted to try to have them pop to where they weren't so distressed. So what I had done was, whereas this was printed on a tea-dye piece of copier paper, I also printed it out on a normal piece of copier paper, cut it out, decoupaged it, and just stuck it on so that it still isn't completely bright. You know, it isn't in your face pow bright, but it is a bit more vivid than what it was, hence the name Vivid Nature. So I also did some stamping throughout the book. So I had some music sheets, which that's another one that I backed onto that packaging paper. One of the pockets, which I thought I had let's just use this tag. You know, pocket, I haven't sorted a tag for there yet. Some more stamping on that page. Then here's one of the journal pages from the kit. On this page, what I intend to do is make a slit pocket to where there's a few different journal spots on the page. With the frog, I backed it with some of that tea-dyed journal page and backed it with some ribbon. It's like a canvas ribbon. And then Tracie also had some, you know, the letter, gosh, I'm stumbling on my words already. The animal words, frog, caterpillar, butterfly kind of sorts. So just decoupage that up. So there's that page. I had some wage envelopes, a little lace, a tag, some music sheets. You know, any other day that goes straight in. There you go. In this page, I quite like this one because the other end of it, I'll go ahead and skip forward just to let you know. I have an Edith Holden book page, which I liked it because it had the butterfly and some of the florals were similar to what was in the kit. But I didn't want it to go sideways. So what I had done was I folded it to the size of the journal pages that I'm using. And this was the extended flap that was left. So I put that on the other side. I fronted it with the bit of music sheets. And it's a little tuck spot for a couple little journal shots. Here's another one of the examples of where I've decoupaged the caterpillar on top of the tea-dyed caterpillar. And we just have a tag where I've done the decoupage as well with the flower head. I've also stamped some music onto there. Here's one of those sheets of the certificate sheet that I showed you originally. Some more washi tape and a little bit of lace. I'm not a hugely big lacy person, but I like little touches like this and similar to what's on the envelope back here. I have found I do like that little touch of lace. Stamped dragonfly here. On this page, I have this is going to be you know, just a corner pocket, and I'm going to have a couple tags in it. Tuck it in it like so. And then this is the center bit of it that I have just taken an A5 envelope, folded it in half, cut around the center, and I'm making large journal tags with it. I have a book, a bedside garden book, and I'm just taking some pages out of that. And when that's done, and then I've backed it also with another page out of the kit. There's that. And you get to here. There's a couple pockets from the kit, another stamp. Another tea-dye paper. This is going to be a pocket with I have a little booklet I'm making just for little journal notes. Stamping onto the music sheet. Some more tuck spots. Washi tape. Yeah, we're at the second half of the signature now. Here's that, I want to call it journal, but it's like a graph journal paper. And then here, I've backed this page. I don't know if the camera picks it up, but I thought this was cool. The other side of this paper I backed it with was my my blot paper. So some of the ink has come through, like the shadow, the ghost print of the dragonfly, and some of the stains from the inks that I was using. I just thought that was kind of interesting to back the tag with. Here's that Edith Holden page. Here's more tea-dyed paper. Here's another stamp that I have that I'm just going to run throughout that shows up a couple places. Here's one of the books that I was talking about, just a little notebook, little journal. I used part of the kit for it. I have a corner sheet here that obviously that'll tuck into once it's done. I have to say I really enjoyed doing this. It was my first, like I said, first shot at a junk journal, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it, and I just intend to do more. I don't know, I just like it. It's kind of calls to you, I think. Another sheet from the kit. Here's another corner pocket, a couple tags that need to be, I'm going to stamp these tags or put either music sheet with, I have decoupage some of the elements from the kit, and I'm not going to completely cover these tags. I kind of like the craft nature of them. I think it would compete too much with the pocket. And then this is the sheet that backs the one music paper, the packaging with some more stamping, and the last page of the journal with a little bit of stamping. So that is my 2/3 completed submission. I hope you do consider it to some extent, Tracie. I would love to be on your design team. And the way I would probably approach it, just so you know, is obviously from a beginner's view, not as a beginner crafter, because I've been doing art and craft my entire life. I don't actually remember a time in life that I didn't do any art or craft. And I've run the gamut. I've, did miniatures and cross stitch, knit, sewn. I used to carve stamps from my rubbers at school, so I've pretty much run the gamut. I love paper craft. It's my favorite. And I think this is where I want to take it. So I would love to be on your design team to kind of chart my processes or my journey in journal making. So before I start babbling too long, I'm going to say thank you for your consideration, Tracie. And anyone else that watched, thank you for listening. And I hope you enjoyed at least some of it. And I look forward to doing more videos in the near future. Until then, I'm out. I'm going to say goodnight and see you guys later. Thank you.